Hey guys, welcome to Abbie's Auras, or welcome back if you've been here before. Please make sure you're hitting that subscribe button and the bell icon to make sure you're not missing out on any of my future videos. Okay, so today's video is all about 3 signs from the universe, and these are just normal signs. These are signs for warning you that you're not on the right path and that you need to change your energy in order to manifest what you're desiring. So if you're off track maybe, then the universe will show you these signs to really push you in the right direction and kind of listen and make you look at how you're feeling, and checking in on yourself to make sure you're in the right vibration and the right mental state. Like maybe you're thinking of a situation in the wrong attitude, anything, but we just need to realize that these signs are here to help us and actually listen to them rather than ignoring them. Otherwise there's no point in having guidance from the universe. So sign number 1 is animals, and I'm gonna give a little example of all of these signs that I give you, and examples because they're real examples as well rather than just what I've thought of. So number 1, the sign is animals, and basically animals are a warning sign. The universe, God, your higher self, they can't physically come and look you in the face and be like, hi, I'm God, and this is how you're going about the wrong things in the wrong way, and you're pushing yourself away from your manifestation, so this is what you should do. So that can't happen. So they've got to like use their energy in a different form, and this is how we get signs in our world, I suppose. So basically just look out for the signs and listen to them. So an example, I was watching telly, and basically Olivia, she's called, she was going to view a new house, and there was a cat in this house from the current owner, and it would not leave her alone, and it kept coming up to her. It was like kind of like acting so strange, and she was trying to view this house, trying to walk through the house, but it would not leave her alone. And it doesn't mean that it's a negative bad house, it just means that it wasn't the right one for her. Like the cat was trying to it was literally not just a cat was wandering around the house, it was jumping in front of her all the time, trying to stop her in her tracks. So it's not like if you just randomly see a cat on the street there's something wrong. So basically it started to freak her out in the end, and she actually didn't get the house for that reason. But now she's gone on to get one that's more her. And yeah, so it just shows you that it might look everything on the outside sometimes looks like you're going in the right direction, but you just need a little hint of just maybe a little nudge into the better direction. It doesn't mean that something terrible is going to happen if you ignore it. So that's sign number 1, and it could obviously be about anything. It doesn't just have to be the examples I'm giving. It's just something that popped to mind as I was doing this video, and they're real examples. So number 2 is obstruction. So I personally experienced this one, and it always plays it on my mind all the time. Every time I think of something like this, me and my family always go back to the situation and remember that time though. So everything happens for a reason, and this is why I always say this. So when I was at my auntie and uncle's house when I was younger, me and my sister was whinging, we didn't want to go home, and we was watching Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and my mum kept saying, no, come on, we have to drive home, it takes us a while to get home and it's going to be late. So we used to drive like half an hour every Sunday to visit our family, and she wanted to get like going so it wasn't too late when we got home, because we had school the next day. But me and my sister were saying like, no, like we want to stay and watch this, and we made her stay and watch the end of it. And then as she was like fuming with us, but as we was on the way home, there had been a really big crash, and to the point where like it was like a small road and there was a pile up, and it happened, we got there as before the fire engine and the ambulance and the police and stuff like that, so it would have happened as we were there. So it's like the universe just guiding us in the right direction. And you know, God and the universe, whatever you want to call your creator, couldn't physically come and be like, no, you're not going now, this is gonna happen. So in a way, it used me and my sister to channel the energy, and basically it was like, no, you're gonna want to watch this, you're gonna whinge and be children and like annoy your mom until you don't go, and then you won't be in the accident. So that's number 2. Obviously, just don't hold on to these things that like, oh my god, if I don't follow the signs, I'm gonna be in like a huge car crash. It's nothing like that. Like, so just don't panic yourself about any of this, because things just happen. It's a natural way of life, and if you want to take this on board, you can take it on board. If you don't, you don't. It's completely fine. But when you're starting to notice these things, you can then look at yourself and be like, right, okay, so how am I going into this situation? Is my thoughts in the correct place? Like, am I being positive? Things like that. So number 3 is a big one. Number 3 is accident. So I know I just said don't freak out, but definitely don't freak out, because when we if we kept ignoring signs from the universe, and say like for example, in my life, my sister broken her wrist, her hand, and she kept wanting to get a new job, and she kept putting it off, and she was really unhappy in her job, but she kept like, no, I'm like kind of, she wanted to stay in the routine and she wanted a new job, but it's kind of scary, isn't it, trying to branch out and put yourself out there. So in the end, she actually broke her wrist, and that forced her, she had to have time off, and therefore she had time to go for an interview for a different job. And she actually said, if I didn't break my wrist, I wouldn't have gone and like got another job, because her job at her current job wasn't the nicest to her, and she knew trying to get time off, especially if it was for an interview, then they would like kind of, she would have to suffer the consequences of that, with them being like maybe not as nice and not getting as much work with that company. So it forced her to go outside of her comfort zone and to really actually go for the interview. She was so scared, but then she got the job, and she's actually starting a new job like this week. So and it sounds like it doesn't have to be a major crazy accident. You know, she did obviously hurt herself, but things like this keep happening. She was obviously having signs a lot sooner, but sometimes it's scary to take the leap, and now she's actually done it. So they are the 3 signs that the universe are giving you to kind of steer you in the right direction, or push you into something, you know, that you're too scared to do. You can't keep asking the universe to give you these things without making room for them, if you get me. So like, obviously she's wanting a new job, but if she's not willing to go for the interview or to look for a new job, she's not going to get a new job. So I thought this was just a fun video to share our experiences as well, rather than just telling you things like signs to look out for, because sometimes I feel like it's not really it's hard to resonate with you if you don't know experiences behind it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm actually making a new course today, and it's all about finding your purpose in life. I feel like a lot of people in the spiritual community I've seen, or just in general I've seen lately, and they're really struggling to find their purpose, and it kind of is getting them down. So I thought I'm going to put my take on this and help people as much as I can to find their purpose, and therefore it will actually, you know, make them happier. You don't need to worry about the money, because the money always flows when you're in your aligned purpose. And yeah, I just thought I would throw that out there in case you guys are interested, and keep a lookout for it, because it will be on my next videos. I will put the link in the description when it's up, so it should be up this week. So thanks guys, and I'll see you on my next video.